Hello there everyone and welcome back. It's time to get back into some Starcraft 2 and I'm hoping, well I haven't actually checked, I think I'm about halfway to Diamond on the American server, although I do need to play more matches on there. I've been jumping back and forth between the European server and American server as I kind of hinted multiple times before, so I'm going to make that my focus for the time being, so I don't at least ruin my triumph of Diamond ranking rather in the European server. So without further ado, let's continue on and see where it takes us. Alright, mirror match. We got ourselves a Zerg Hydros portrait, but it's actually a mirror match. I am not fooled for a moment. Not the slightest, and I kind of wasn't expecting that loading screen to be so quick either. That caught me completely off guard. Although, I know what I'm doing otherwise. The usual wall off there, I would like to try it could 2 stalkers to help with that wall off. And I am trying to understand a little bit why the pylon, while I see in most tournament games why they have the pylon like this. I think it's because if they're worried about like a cannon rush of some kind or some weird, not really a cannon rush I don't think, but it allows them to wall off with the cybernetics core and at least the second gateway really easily, if I had to guess. I have no idea, I have to experiment with it more, and I think my pylon wasn't even close enough anyway. So that's another thing I'm going to have to refine, with that said. Nonetheless, I'm going to get my double gases out. Maybe I'll switch it around and get the adepts. I still don't know when I want to specifically go to adepts as opposed to stalkers, because I like the potential of the stalkers most, or at least more. It remains to be seen, at least they have more value later game when I want to do a push where the adepts don't really do a whole lot, is kind of my main argument. Let's see, everything's normal here. Although I do need my second gate with that said. And we're about to get our cyber core. So everything seems on par, although I'm worried my chrono boost for the probes actually would delay my cybernetics core if I did this build properly, effectively, since after all we are asking for a second gas really early, as well as a second gateway. So it wouldn't behoove me too much. With that said, let's just not get this thing killed too quickly. And get ready to watch for... well, I'm going to have to head out before the stalkers in that build anyway. Since they're on roughly the same time anyway, so it doesn't help me a whole lot. Yeah, the time is a tiny bit off. This is a really wonky building. I'm tempted to... well, hold that thought. I accidentally got... ooh, you're going to chrono boost those out, so... I think we know what this is. Ooh, and a fast expansion. Okay. I think I'm tempted to get aggressive there. And I need to remember to get my pylon out, so yeah. This is not gonna be this is gonna be anything but optimized.
I am here in the shadows. Your probes are under attack.
So what do I do with this now that I kind of ruined my push potential? No, missing out on that chrono boost.
You require my skills.
Since that's a lot of resources you're sacrificing to get a pylon so quickly. I'm going to commit to this aggressive push.
Let our enemy know our fury. We state that I am the voice of the eclipse. Very wise.
No real damage loss, so I'm fine with that. Let's get another pylon going. And I was hoping for more stalkers. We do have an immortal coming at least, so I think we're going to commit to an all-in type of attack here. 2 immortals and some adepts there. And we're about to get to warp gates, so let's do this proper and not get our units killed if possible. This is a little bit awkward, it feels a little awkward for me, but I'm going to have a backup pylon as well. In case the warp prism gets sniped, although that doesn't really help me much, does it now? 3 gate immortal. Well, I probably should go 4 gate in all honesty. I'm gonna need a warp prism. Well, I'm gonna need the minerals for warp prisms, so it's not happening here. Let's get ready to make this hurt. Just gotta keep an eye on everything. I do need a sentry to hopefully get a single guardian shield, ideally. And then we'll see how this push works. This, again, bit all-inish. I'm a little bit over my worker saturation, a tiny bit. Now, let's get ready for this. Actually, Prism, just warp in the units now. There are going to be shield batteries, so this may not be as effective as I like, since I'm not really used to the shield prisms, or what is it, shield batteries just yet. And also, let's get in our pylon here to kind of reinforce. Since that is kind of important, actually. There goes one immortal there.
You must construct additional pylons.
Keep pushing. No, don't separate on me now. But this looks brutal. Yeah, this is going to be very brutal. Oh, if only I saw you earlier, this would not be an issue. Ooh, that was a save on the immortal there. That is something I'm going to have to get used to, is micromanaging the immortals. Because you never know when they might try and snipe it. So this is pretty damn effective attack here. Promising start, still felt a little bit sloppy since I did forget my third pylon.
Very well.
Come on, deny them their immortals. Their prize immortal, and now they have no actual anti-air, since their entire infrastructure was based on those two pylons. Which is something you do need to keep an eye on as Protoss. Really easy to overlook that. Hell, the one pylon alone there just immediately shut down the gateway and the building robo facility. So ballsy play on my opponent. I was really damn hesitant, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think my opponent saw the attack coming or didn't suspect that all-in type of attack. Since if there were like 3 shield batteries there, I might have been in a lot of trouble. But again, I have so little experience with the shield batteries, I almost completely forget about them, even when I actually talk about building shield batteries to prepare for potential attacks, and I never do get around to building them. So it's something I need to put in my repertoire, since that would be invaluable, and it's probably the reason why my opponent lost there, since I think we had close to the same army, except maybe I had more zealots to tank the shots, especially for the immortals. Being able to deny them shots on my own immortals or my stalkers is invaluable. And I get myself an immediate queue for another PvP. Let's hopefully not mess up my 3rd and 4th units there with the gateways. That'd be kind of nice. That's really important to do if I'm going to even think about any kind of aggression. I'm a little bit shocked my opponent decided to poke up as far as he did with the first 2 stalkers. Since I could have punched that really well if I was a little more paying attention on top of my game some. Like that pylon was also delayed, if only slightly. Not a big deal. At least at this point in the game, since I'm going to try and get my extra worker anyway, and that there is a bit of a conflict of interest for me there. Whether to get the gateway first, or the pylon. Or the probe, rather. Since, as you can see, it kind of messes up a tiny bit, although I could have got them both there. I just wasn't on the ball. Oh well, I am still wondering about this build, or at least placement here. Since this arguably would leave my pylon really damn vulnerable. Also, I wanted to make another pylon there, and Chrono Boost probably was probably not necessary due to what I said earlier. We do get the gateway going at least. That's a plus there. And I'm gonna have to get 3 workers to catch up on the lost gas. Ooh, that's just tempting. If I saw that correctly there... Oh, I lost my probe, but this wall off is a little bit odd. So I'm just going to cut workers out for the time being. Get ready for the adepts. And I don't even think there was a Second gateway. Mind you, that was a horrible use of my probe, mind you, but I think I'm willing to take advantage of this. We wanted an excuse for adepts, here it comes. Now I gotta remember my third pylon with that said. That's the most important thing. Make them panic a tiny bit, maybe kill a couple of workers in the process. That would be the dream. Come on, kill.
Glory to the Daylong.
Alright. So we know what we're doing. Actually, let's just go Stalkers. I don't think I can continue to brute force this, but we'll see what they have in mind for trying to cancel this out. I'm not experienced with this, so I'm not really trusting it to go well either. But we'll know in a moment. I want to get into the back mirror line.
We are of one mind. Let your will.
I am here in the
Glorious combat is upon us.
Just kill everything.
March. It shall be.
state thy bidding.
We serve.
I'm sure I killed a lot of probes there. I just may have accidentally made them move.
You require my skill.
So I want to say that was promising. I just couldn't tell you exactly how many workers to kill to properly move forward in this.
Intriguing.
Since I do want an immortal, I think. So that was badly timed with that said, but I'll be corrected momentarily.
Research complete.
Since I can't get 2 sentries for this. And I also want a pylon down here again for what I talked about earlier, for a little bit of shield batteries.
You have not enough minerals.
I messed up a tiny bit. Let's get the shield sentries to help alleviate this, and there was the robotics facility. That's all I really know.
Additional pylons.
And I do have a probe build, or pylon building, so I'm good there.
You must construct additional. You have
Nobody panic. My worker production has been really bad, but I still want to say it's ahead of theirs. To the point, I built the Immortal expecting possibly a retaliation attack. That was my fear, at least. And I wasn't paying much attention to expansion, but of course we knew they went Robo first. I'm hoping that means there's not much else to worry about, but you never can tell. Time to get saturated. And take advantage of our hopefully good economy here.
You have not enough minerals.
I almost wonder if I want adepts at least at first for defense, since they are a ranged unit, so they're not really super vulnerable if to at least an attack where they run off and get themselves killed and easily focus fired. They stick with the rest of the army is my main thought on that. And I want a second immortal first. I don't know if there's like any sweet spot on the number of immortals I should have, but just in case. Oh, you don't know how to use your adepts the best, huh? Although, that is a little unfortunate. If only I had a probe ready. Yeah, you know, that's what I could have done. Oh well. I still got the immortals at least. I don't have a warp prism of my own, sadly. This is kind of what I was expecting there. I fell for that gambit.
Base is under attack.
Now the big thing to be scared of is dang expansion here. Let's see. Yeah, that may have been foolish to poke on out as well. This is kind of why I wish my observer saw something there. I messed it up horribly. It did prompt a response there, but if I had a probe standing by there at all times, I wouldn't have to worry about the adepts. I could just pile on and not worry about poking on up. So that was a big mistake on my part, since we've seen how much damage they could do if I just sent a couple stalkers up, mind you. If I knew he was just going to stand there, and again, my observer didn't really see anything poking out. So I'm wondering how to best prepare for that, with that downtime, that blind spot. Or that period where I'm completely blind, since the start was really damn good. I was expecting the attack. I just hate the idea of having to keep a probe up there at all times, since that's how you stop the adepts from getting to the main. That's what the wall off isn't entirely for. You just put a pylon in there immediately, or at least some kind of building, and the adepts cannot get in. And then none of that would have been really an issue in all honesty. Alright, Protoss versus Terran. Blue shift. I am still wary of what to expect from my opponents there. I don't know what to honestly expect, and my warm-up game was a really ridiculous one, and it involved Terran. It involved them just turtling up the battle cruisers. And I'm a little bit infuriated with letting them get the battle cruisers, but I put up a fight. I just wasn't thorough enough with dealing with the planetary fortress with throwing in a bunch of zealots for like harassment and that. It was a chaotic game, and it's just a shame it wasn't on the YouTube video, since that was my warm-up game I was going to use to prepare, and of course it took a whole 30 minutes. It would have been the YouTube video with a match that long. Good God. It's good experience, I suppose, using Tempests against battlecruisers, since I only seen in the tournament so far. Not really had any practical experience with that just yet. Let's hope I can do better on that regard. And also, let's get the chrono boost going. Yeah, I always hate that the fatigue feels like it's hindering me quite a bit there for like Thursday recording. At least that's the day I'm recording this video on. Never like it. It seems like it pales in comparison to performance on like weekends or when I'm actually have time to relax and get recovered. As opposed to today, everything just feels off. Like I'm not even paying attention to what's building. Like there's a proxy of some kind here. That's what it's looking like. Actually, let me just deal with the SCV. I'm gonna have to get defenses going. Just kill this thing, deny the worker, or deny the SC. Of course, now you picked a bad time.
You must construct additional pylons.
Oh, god damn it. I talked about being thrown off, and here it is again.
You require more
And I never even got my second gas either, so that's gonna go badly for me.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, so it was only a proxy. Which means, well, double gas could still mean anything of note. There is a tech push of some kind going on here. And since there was like a Marine as opposed to a Reaper, I can rest easy with my current strategy. I just have a cell I don't need. Oh, and I didn't keep my worker up there either. I need a pylon for like a shield battery. With that said, yeah, more and more this goes on, the more thrown off I am. A lot of it probably has to do with that dang battlecruiser match I had. And I probably should have gone with the Adept there, since if it is Cyclones, I'm gonna need them. Actually, I'm gonna need shield batteries too. Might as well get the robot anyway. It's a little... feels like wasted resources to a vague extent, since it was what I was building before. I just thought it was like a super aggressive attack. So I did lose a little bit of minerals out of that.
Here in the shadows.
Although the cell would actually be pretty good against the Cyclones if there are any coming. Cells maybe not so much. Hopefully my opponent's doing something normal. If it was really... well, it could be Banshees. the massive delay of anything that suggests double gas suggests banshees. We're gonna have to wait and see. Now I need stalkers. I do have a stalker already, just not... I would have loved that that cell actually got the poke there. And I'm sad I did not get the immortal. With that said, but Cyclones is a good indication of what I should expect. And I kind of need to keep this a server around just in case of banshees. Although, shield battery will also be useful for that, I think. Nothing here. Let's try and play a normal game with that said.
I am the heart. I am here in the shadows.
I am getting damage. I wonder what's going on. I figured the Cyclones would have got repaired, since after all, there was an SCV out there trying to poke and scout after all.
Return to service. I heed.
Now I just gotta be mindful of my tech, get that going. And I hate that this observer's back here, but don't have much of a choice, do I now? Just in case, let's get that going and actually get some tech going. I don't know if that was the proper placement, mind you, for my... Oh, medevac, so that's useful.
Return to serve.
Thank you for the free kills. I did not expect that coming, did they? If I had to guess. Yeah, that was probably a bad spot, but I'm in good shape now. I'm gonna have to see where the proxy was, which is probably over there in the third, if I had to roughly guess. If I had to guess. Let's...
Highlight for iron.
Come on, where? Damn it.
Construct additional pylons.
I'm miscontrolling this horribly now. And out of energy on. Damn it. I feel really bad, sloppy, but I think that was pretty good. I'm just hating myself there. This is what is coming down. Coming down to. So there's the factory. Everything looks good. I did lose some workers. Yeah, I actually lost a notable amount of workers. At least I was prepared for that. I just didn't kill anything of note. My micromanagement was terrible there. I want to get the stalkers to attack the medevac if they couldn't attack the dang banshee. But at least we outlasted the banshee, so that shield battery was essential.
Your probes are under attack.
Harassment's still going. Come on. Let's get this going and actually get this warp prism to good use. I need to see what their tech is, mind you. Since I'm not actually seeing anything at the front, I could probably just go kill them, I would argue. I just don't have enough gateways to do it effectively, so maybe
Mineral field depleted.
I can give them a scare.
I am here.
Go give them a scare at least. Since I'm going to be relying on this, yeah, this seems really damn fragile. I feel like this is a fragile full setup. Yep, kill them all. Kill them all. And I got charged at a perfect time there. Actually, just get the celts in there. This is conveniently timed to do a lot of damage. Damn. That was the correct read, good god. It felt really scary since after all I had only 2 gateways and my resources are stockpiling. And I didn't even have High Templar, which probably would have been out ages ago. I'm just glad today's over with as far as videos. I really should try to either do this video on Wednesday before maybe the fatigue starts hitting me, or at least do a video ahead of time. I said it last week, I said the last time I did a video on Thursday, it doesn't feel good. It feels like I'm not performing as well as I expect myself to be. It's still a window. At least my headspace was the right, at least I'm still making the right choices. It's just clumsy and it's unoptimized, is I think all I can really say.